Yes, people. What's going on in Seagull Talks Football? And we're back again with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Just when you get into the building, first thing you should do every single time supports the channel more than you even know it by hitting that like button. It's absolutely free. It takes no effort at all, and it helps me out so much. So just click that thumb button right under the video, and it helps out so much. And also, since we're going to be talking about a bunch of the games, give me your score predictions. What do you think is going to happen in the Arsenal Man City game? The big Premier League title clash. Arsenal went there last year and slipped up in the title. This year, we're trying to go there, and we're trying to do something that Jurgen Klopp and Mikel Arteta have not been able to do in their time in the Premier League, is to go to the Etihad and come back with 3 points. Let's see if we can do it. Also, we're going to be talking about Chelsea today. We're going to be talking about Liverpool and the whole situation with who their next manager might be, because Xabi Alonso was near the top of their list, and he has said that he's going to be staying at Leverkusen, and I respect that. And also, we're going to be talking about a little bit about Tottenham, and we're going to get into some other stuff. Apparently, Man City, those injuries don't seem as fake as I thought after all. So I might owe a certain Kyle Walker and John Stones a little bit of an apology. But yeah, big up everyone in the comment section. Do me a favor, as you guys come in, put a comment in the chat also saying hi or welcome. Big up to the people. We see Jack and Napier always in the building. We see Niall in the building, and we see some of you guys also on X. If you're watching on X or Twitter, as it was formerly called, come join us on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, I can never emphasize enough, please do hit that subscribe button also, because it helps the channel so much. As you guys know, the subscriber count just keeps going up. Right now we're at 6,508. We're almost there to getting to 27K. Let's try to get to 30K before the end of the season. But yeah, let's get it going, guys. We got Rock in the building representing Liverpool, as you guys already know. Balanced, I've never seen Rock flustered. The guy can get upset, he can get angry, but you'll never see him rattle to the level where other people are. And he's always
once
cool,
or
calm.
twice. Once or twice, man. Once or twice. I'm no
Once or twice. You got Ches in the building, who, as much as he gets onto his team and he's very balanced, he will never stand for anybody criticizing Chelsea to his face. As you guys know.
By the way, fun fact, I actually have seen Rack rattle before. He's had an argument with people on the streets before.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah, shout out to
people. There you go.
Like, subscribe, all that stuff, man.
There you go. And then we got Vader Games in the building, and it was nice to see Vader Games actually doing his own streams today. And as you guys know, he has this little intro. My Canadian brother over there in Toronto doing his thing, and he's ready to go. We got a big title race. We got a big title fight. And you know what? I think it's only right that I put you up here with me as we got Rock and everybody in the building. But before we go and talk about the title race, I got you, bro. I got you. Before we go and talk about the title race, you know what it's going to be? We got to talk about some news. What did you guys think when you heard about the Xabi Alonso staying? First thing, obviously, because I seen that and I was like, Liverpool fans must be pissed. Rack, you must have been like, this was the guy you guys were banking on. Everything, all your eggs were in the Xabi Alonso basket, it seemed. You guys were already seeing how you guys would play with under him. Some of your fans were already scouting Leverkusen players to potentially sign to come with him when he joins. And now it seems like Xabi Alonso not only does he want to stay.
First of all, we all know that football fans do this, right? Well, as soon as a player is linked to your club or my club or any other club, we start seeing how could so and so, how could Victor Gyökeres influence how Arsenal play next season? How could he fit in? How could so and so left back come in and change the way that Liverpool play? Like it's normal for these things to happen. I think what's his name? Alonso was the favourite, but I think there was enough chatter about Amorim being the favourite. It seems like. And I'm not too wedded to this, or wouldn't be too disappointed. But I think that a lot of Liverpool fans, they don't want Zerbi to be the new manager. But I think the issue is that any big club going for a manager now, there aren't the Peps and the Klopps or these outstanding world-class managers now. The guy who replaces Pep Guardiola is going to be a young, up-and-coming, promising manager. The guy who replaces Klopp will be the guy. If Arteta goes, then I mean, it will be someone of Arteta's ilk, a young, up and coming, hungry manager. Chelsea, same thing. Rúben Amorim has been linked to Chelsea because there aren't these Mourinho's obviously Mourinho's available, but his star has fallen a little bit, so it's inevitable. And Amorim, I'm not as familiar. I don't watch Portuguese football. I don't watch as much international league football as I used to, so I don't really know much about him. All I know that is he's got having a very good season this year, and his first season at Sporting, he ended a drought, and the first time they won the league in 20 years. What Xabi Alonso is doing in his first season is absolutely incredible. He's unbeaten in the whole season in all competitions. That is crazy. The only thing, obviously, against him is this is his first full season as a manager. At least with Amorim, you've got some data, and I think that's a fair question to have. But ultimately, Alonso has taken that decision out of our hands. He's decided he wants to stay, and you got to respect it. I think that's a good move for him. It does make sense. And even though I'm not a Leverkusen fan, I'm kind of happy for their fans that you don't just get a manager who comes in, has a good season, and then half his players leave and he leaves and leaves them in the lurch. It'll be nice to see what he can do in the Champions League next season. So I'm philosophical about it. If we get Amorim, then I'll be happy, as happy as I can be. But ultimately, it's all to prove. Whoever comes in, they have to start from scratch, and there's still a big challenge ahead, as I mentioned before.
You know what? You make it. You basically took all the banter away because you're like, these things happen.
No, he didn't.
What banter
did he banter away?
No, he did not.
Maybe you need to work on your banter.
Yeah, exactly.
You took the fun out of bantering, you guys. Because Xabi Alonso rejecting Liverpool is kind of funny. Don't you guys think?
It's hilarious.
For me, I think one thing is like, you should probably not make things like this really public unless you absolutely know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure players and teams get rejected all the time, but we'll never know about it. But when you put out like, Alonso, Homecoming, Kanye West featuring Chris Martin, do you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna be like, yeah. But I'm interested in what Liverpool are gonna do now. I thought Alonso was the obvious choice. Sometimes maybe it's even too obvious a choice in terms of what's going to happen. But as soon as Edwards' name came back into the scene, you started hearing Amorim. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see Amorim's name a lot more than you did before Michael Edwards was coming back. So if they're going with Amorim, I just think that with all managers now, there's no guarantee. All of these young, hot prospect managers all have asterisks and risks attached to them.
And you know the funny thing is? You know the funny thing is, Jay? The Liverpool fans are like adamantly against the Zerbi because of what happened with Potter. They're like, they don't want anything to do with a Premier League manager.
Listen, Igal, I made a point, and Rax is off camera right now, but I'm speaking directly to him. I made a point as of the announcement that I'm going to take it easy on Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans are suffering from a lot of PTSD, and it's PTSD from a lot of different things. They're looking at what happened at Chelsea, and then they don't want that. They look at what happened to them, and they don't want that. And now with them losing Xabi, it's like, you know what? A lot of things are just happening to them, and it's, let me give them a break. Let me chill on Liverpool fans for a second. I got to be sensitive to this Liverpool fans because a lot's happened this year. You got Klopp that's leaving, an announcement after, making a signing extension. He actually extended his contract to then say, you know what, I got to go. And he's doing 9 years at the club, minus 9 years from his age. Did he come to the club as a young man? No, he did not. When I hear Rax want to talk about, the prototypical approach of clubs is to go to the next young thing, that's not true. Klopp was not a young manager when he came to the club. Minus 9 years from him. He was not a young man. You go after the profile. You go after success. You go after a philosophy. Now, we can all agree maybe we don't pay enough attention to what the other managers are doing out there to really put them in those categories. But no, we're not. The prototypical isn't to go out and get the next Arteta. No, you go out and get the next successful, qualified, experienced manager, regardless of age. We're not going to be ageists. But again, Rax has got to say the copium, and that's why I'm being sensitive. He's got to share the copium to his fan base and say, guys, it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a deal. It's okay. We'll move. The reason why they were so
to be fair, what he's saying is, which is the case in my club, is that he doesn't want to go for young managers, but they're the only ones on the market. That's what he's saying.
It's not true. It's not true.
But let's be realistic.
Go on. Who would you?
Say,
for example, you're Michael Edwards.
Let's ask everyone in the comments.
Michael Vader Edwards, who would you go for?
Everyone in the comments who's a Liverpool fan, let me know who you want. Because I think you pretty much told me you're okay with the Sporting guy as the number 2.
Yeah. I'm okay with the Sporting guy. I'm okay with the Zerbi. They're both highly regarded. They both play good football. I mean, I know a lot of Liverpool fans aren't too hyped about the Zerbi, but in professional football circles, he's very highly regarded. So I know he's, for example, I know he's appreciated by City as well. So I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to make some suggestions,
Patrick Vieira is appreciated by City. Company's appreciated by City.
Yep. Give him a couple more years.
The list of appreciation is vast. I appreciate almost everything. You know what I mean?
Give it a couple more years. There's gonna be a wealth of managers to select from. But listen, like I said, I'm taking it easy on Liverpool fans. Yeah. Rax is out here. He's giving his point of view. He's calm. He's not stressed.
Can I just ask Tuchel? Would you interview Tuchel, Rax?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So why does Amorim get an interview but Tuchel doesn't?
Because Amorim, his style of football is more in keeping with Jurgen Klopp's style of football. There's been data that suggests that that's the case. He's a young, up-and-coming, hungry manager that's had recent success. He's turned around a team that has gone on a very, very long Portuguese league title drought, and his star is on the rise.
Okay.
You know what else is on the rise? I need people to hit that like button because this video is on the rise. Tuchel
has a strong CV. Tuchel has a strong CV, but I think it's in a similar way to Mourinho. Although I'd say that arguably his star is. Well, no, he's arguably on the downturn of his career.
Well, Rax. It's funny you say that. Because I have a great saying for Tuchel. It's not necessarily the beginning of the end, but it's the end of the beginning. So, because what I'm basically, it's good, isn't it?
That's great.
It's not trademarked yet because it's a bit wordy, it's a bit long, but I'm working on it. But the idea is, I agree with what you're saying, but also by the other side is you have a bunch of managers who haven't failed at the top, and that's being given to them as an advantage over some of the other managers who have. But really what we have is these are people are untested. So people who have had a couple of punches to the face, got a couple of black eyes, are being disregarded for the next new thing who hasn't had the opportunity to fail yet. For every
after Pep leaves next season, who do you think is going to take over from him?
Did you say if? Did you say if Pep leaves? When Pep
the thing is the one thing I would just say quickly, Veta, before you go, is that now Alonso is off the market for Bayern and Liverpool. That's what people don't understand, because when Bayern and Liverpool pick their next manager, they're not picking a manager for 1 year. They're picking their next manager for the project. So essentially, both of these teams now are removed from Alonso's thinking in terms of who his next club is. That now opens up other clubs like your Real Madrids, like your Man Cities. So we'll see where Alonso goes, because you don't. Everyone's like, but when Alonso's ready to go, the landscape will look different from how it looks now. So
keep that in mind. But that Bayern Munich job comes around frequently. In the time that Klopp has been manager of Liverpool, Bayern Munich have had 7 managers. So it's not the.
They had 3 managers last year.
So what?
Yeah, Liverpool and Bayern Munich are not the same.
Yeah, but by the same token, like
wait. Hold on. Are you trying to imply that he's going to miss his opportunity to come back to Liverpool? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, there is no. I mean, no, not necessarily. Why? He's a manager. He might be a manager for 30 years. Why? Just because he's not available now, maybe he's going to be available. No, but I'm trying to. 5 years.
What was your Bayern and Liverpool point?
The point.
Why are we so fixated on this point? I don't get it.
Because Xabi is a very tough target.
He's out of the running for Bayern and Liverpool.
to put a pin in it, it's funny that Liverpool got rejected, and Rack will sit here and say, we didn't get rejected. They did, okay? If he stays, he got rejected. Because he could have moved if he wanted to, but he didn't, yeah? End of conversation.
Yeah.
But the issue I have is when we're talking about managers, like there's loads in the market that are like established or even up-and-coming ones that have done something to warrant a move, there's no one out there yet. So Veta needs to tell me 2 solid managers that come into Liverpool and Chelsea next season. Because he's saying up and coming ain't it. So I want to know what 2 managers can come to Chelsea and Liverpool respectively.
Up and coming doesn't even matter. Let me say this, because I can only speak of my experience. You think Pep under contract at Bayern was really a thing that any City fan would have expected him to come to the club on? No. But what happened within that time frame? He ended up being a manager at City.
Wait, let me
say. Hold on. Just because, listen. This is supposed to be Liverpool. No. Hold on, guys. You guys remind me all the time. You guys are Liverpool. You guys are Chelsea. You guys are trying to tell me that a manager under contract anywhere else in the world, let's bar Real Madrid. You guys can't present. You guys can't present the project. Can't present the opportunity, can't present the overall package of coming to manage at your club, regardless of them being free or under contract. So this is what I'm getting at.
So are
you guys are being too simple-minded right now? Go out and get the manager you want for your club, even if they're under contract, because you're supposed to be mighty Chelsea. You're supposed to be big bad Liverpool.
No.
Why are you getting scrapped?
Let's not rewrite history. Pep Guardiola failed at Bayern.
No. You're rewriting history.
No, it's true. Based on his objective of getting the Champions League, he failed. He then came to Manchester City. He came to Manchester City, where the same brain trust that worked at Barcelona recognized him and recruited him and got him to come into the door. He's now He's been successful at Man City, but let's not rewrite history and make it seem like he didn't leave Bayern under his own accord.
Yeah, he left Bayern under his own accord.
Yeah, he left Bayern under his own.
It wasn't like you guys just went out of your way. It was like, you know what? I don't think this was a planned thing. Like for him to just leave Bayern and come to you guys straight.
It was planned. Yeah, it was planned.
What?
Like, yeah,
of course it was planned. You just pointed it out. You pointed out all of the key factors from Barcelona on why it would have been enticing for him to come to City. We presented an opportunity, and he said, "Bye, Bayern. I'm going to City." It was simple.
Okay, let me rephrase it. I basically was saying he was not successful at Bayern Munich, and when he came to Manchester City,
please complete that entire sentence.
When he came to Manchester City, it looked like, let's be honest, when he came to Manchester City, a lot of people looked at it as he went and downgraded slightly at the time.
Okay, but it doesn't matter whether he.
There's also some narratives that you're pushing here.
No, that's the truth, though.
Let me respond. You're talking about City. I have no problem with you saying him leaving Bayern and come to City is a downgrade. You think I got a problem with that? I'm not even the biggest club in Manchester, so I'm cool with that. But he left established royalty of Germany, the Bundesliga, always dominant team, expected number one. He left them to come to Manchester City. So I'm just pointing out, mighty Chelsea, mighty Liverpool, you can entice any manager because you aren't what I was back then. You weren't little City. You can get whatever you want if you want it. Any manager you know what?
I guess this is a good segue into the Man City game, unless you guys had anything else to talk about on this topic.
Well, is there even any other games on Sunday?
Just about the Liverpool game. Pep was linked to City before he went to Bayern Munich. They were angling to get him for a while, but at the time he wasn't ready to go there. So this move has always been on the cards. It's not, ultimately, if you have the opportunity in your Pep and you can say, okay, I could probably go to Manchester United. They'll probably be interested. At that point, Klopp had just signed for Liverpool, so Klopp had been there for a season. Okay. Probably he's not going to go. Liverpool aren't going to be interested in Klopp and in Pep and vice versa, just because of the situation. This move was always on the. It's hardly a surprise that Pep went to Manchester City.
Oh, now it's not a surprise.
Raider, were you surprised? Raider, were you surprised?
Yes, I was screaming my head off.
Pellegrini, in the middle of his press conference, said, "Oh, by the way, guys, last question. By the way, I'm off in the summer." Were you surprised?
I was mad surprised because that announcement came in the middle of the season.
Big up, Pac-Man.
Yeah, what do you mean? There was no expectations. There was no even an assumption that he was coming. There's rumors always. It
was a bad season, right? It was a bad season for City, and and the season before Pellegrini had won the league, and the season after it was a bad season. So just like with Mancini, we had a blueprint. Mancini, he had a season where he won the league. The following season, he didn't go so well, and he was out.
Right.
So there was already a template for that.
So basically,
but for it to be Pep. For it to be Pep is a mad one. Come on. For the next manager, Mancini, Pellegrini, the next manager to be Pep, again, City, it's a mad one, guys. Let's not do this.
Would you not say that?
No, bro. That was a massive upgrade in manager for you guys.
Facts.
That was a big fish.
So you know what? There's a little bit of copium that Rax is.
Big fish is not the issue. We agree it's a big fish. Pep Guardiola was arguably the biggest manager in the world, even at that point. The dispute is whether it was a surprise. I don't think that's a surprise.
When I was going to land on. He didn't. I disagree when a guy says, "What's his name?" Pep left unsuccessful, and that when he came,
I know what the gal's doing.
Like a new.
No. He was considered a failure at Bayern Munich.
It wasn't considered. He can't be considered a failure to win those leagues, bro. Even if it wins Champions,
he won domestic doubles. But he won a domestic double, but they always wanted him to win that Champions League.
I know, but that's the same as City prior to last year. We don't call him a failure, do we?
No, people did.
Okay.
But anyway, they're minority. But my point is, I agree with it. It says it's a shock, but like the guy was still like respected as one of the best managers.
Okay.
Right. So it's not a shock. Like, oh my gosh, he went to Burnley.
Before you transition, can I just make just one little point? Because before we transition, when Pep came, Bayern had Jupp Heynckes, and he was a great manager, and they wanted Pep. The board wanted it. The fans weren't necessarily like, oh, we want Pep, but they got him, and he did well at Bayern. He just didn't win the Champions League. It's like, I used to be agenda-driven with Pep, but it's like, at the end of the day, if you judge it by only winning the Champions League, there's a lot of managers who would have had 10 years at club that would be considered failures that have had excellent periods.
But unfortunately, when you're having arguments of being the best, you get judged on a
he's the best. But he is the best. There's no argument. Pep is the best. He's the best.
I think there is an argument with
there's no argument.
Sir Alex Ferguson.
Pep's better than Sir Alex Ferguson. If you're being brutally honest. If you're being
what makes it
the only thing
Sir Alex Ferguson. I'm saying go.
No, I agree with you. I'm backing your point. The only thing Ferguson has over Pep is longevity. That's it.
But Pep has longevity.
No, obviously, you know what I mean, Agal. He has more. That's what I'm saying.
I think the thing that Pep has over him is the fact that he's played in multiple leagues and done it with multiple teams. If you look at Sir Alex Ferguson, the thing that he's gonna have against him is that he was only at Manchester United and did it successfully.
No, he wasn't.
Actually, one second.
He did it at Aberdeen.
Aberdeen,
that's
right?
not even a good point anyway. You can't say
Aberdeen,
that.
right?
Yeah.
What was it?
One club. Just because you stay in one club doesn't make you a bad manager.
He did it with Aberdeen also, right? He won a European trophy with Aberdeen.
Yeah.
He won the cup with Aberdeen. He won the league with Aberdeen twice, if I remember correctly.
He beat Real Madrid too, right? So
in the final.
I think when it's all said and done, it's going to be them two fighting for the number one spot. I think if you look at the data, we're 24 minutes in. We haven't spoken about City Arsenal. I want to move on, and I want to just touch on the Brighton Liverpool game. First of all, it's Liverpool at home versus Brighton. You asked, is there any game on Sunday? Really and truly, nobody cares about any other game besides the Arsenal Man City game. But the Liverpool game.
No, he's right. Jay, he's right. Jay, he's right.
Man. No,
Jay's captain straight, man.
Jay, he's right. He's right.
It's called the Barclays Premier League. It's not called the Arsenal show. Do you know what I mean? Listen, you're saying this now. If it was Arsenal and West Ham on Sunday, Igal would find a way to say, no one cares about any of the other 9 games. It's all about Arsenal and West Ham this weekend.
Hey, I'm an Arsenal guy, man. Listen, long story short, I'm gonna gas up my team.
There's other games.
Okay, let me look into it. So Tottenham are playing. Obviously, you're playing on Saturday.
Tottenham are playing Luton, and there's plenty to discuss there.
Yes, Micky is back also. So we're going to talk about that. But before we go any further,
okay, let's talk. Is it Brighton at home?
Let's do the prediction for the Liverpool Brighton game.
Brighton at home, by the way.
Brighton are away to Anfield.
Oh man,
What are we saying? Vader.
Oh,
I'll start with Vader. I think it's always fun starting with a rival.
Yo, listen, if there's anything but a win from Liverpool, it's going to be a mad one. We're all expecting Liverpool to win this game. Klopp's got the kids a couple more weeks, more mature now, so he's probably got a deeper squad to be able to use. We know Mo Salah's back. We'll see what kind of goal scoring he's going to be able to do. I think he takes advantage of Brighton to get the win. But Rax, pay attention. Look at the screen. If you guys drop points, oh my goodness, do not drop points, because the eyes on the game later on that day, good golly. But no, it's expected for you guys to win. Simple.
I agree.
I'm going with the Liverpool win. I think it's going to be like Brighton score, but they end up taking them to the sword late in the game, 3-1. One of those 3-1s, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A deserved 3-1, not like a last minute score, 2 goals. But yeah, what are you saying, Jay? Your face, you're like, what are you talking about? The moment I said that,
I'm just listening. I'm just listening. It's an interesting game. I think Liverpool, man. They're gonna do what they're doing. They've been motoring nicely. So was that Conor Bradley doing a little ting on international duty that I caught on highlights? Was that something? Yeah. Listen, Liverpool are just in the race. I like watching
Just
Liverpool
in the race. What do you mean just in the
obviously
race?
they're galloping. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
They're coming round into the running. So these are games that you expect Liverpool to win. I don't know what's going on with Brighton at the moment. I don't know who's fit. I don't know who's available. Full strength Brighton are a tough game. I just don't know how close or far away they are. So let's go 3-1 Liverpool.
Okay, fair enough. And Ches, what are you saying?
Yeah, Liverpool should win. If they don't, then they're not going to win the league, because it's a perfect opportunity for you to go further forward and for you to cement your chance. Because if Arsenal Man City draw, it's literally in Liverpool's hands. So they have to win.
Right.
So 2-1 win. I think it'll be tight because they're coming after the international breaks. I don't think it'll be free flowing. So 2-1 win.
And Rock, you said a 3-1 victory also, or 2-0? What was it?
Say 3-0. Let's say 3-0.
All right, keeping it simple.
Is this a play for Klopp type match with the announcement of Xabi? Like,
story of our season, bro. Story of our season.
Can I ask you a question? Last year they said Arsenal were too emotional. Do you think Liverpool could be too emotional this season? Could that happen to them?
I think when you've won it, you get a lot of leeway compared to when you haven't won it. So it's like confirmation bias. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, but because you haven't won it and because you haven't got over the line, any little thing that we can attribute to you failing, we can attribute it, and the evidence will point to it because you haven't actually won. So I could say, I could give scientists £100,000, and I was like, could they find out if pigeons hate Arsenal? They could probably work it out if they had enough time. So it's just it is what it is, you guys.
Pigeons hate Arsenal.
They do hate Arsenal.
I bet you anyone
hate Arsenal. Yeah, absolutely. But
there you go. Finally, Rock, do you claim Michael Owen?
Do I claim Michael Owen?
Yeah, as a Liverpool legend.
I mean, legend is strong. I'm more philosophical about Michael Owen than a lot of Liverpool fans are. A lot of Liverpool fans hate him, obviously, because he went to Manchester United more so than anything else. I think players make mistakes in their careers. Players also are professionals, and sometimes they need to do what they need to do. If you're Michael Owen and you have an option to go to Stoke, Everton, or Manchester United in that time as a professional footballer, if you don't take the opportunity to go to Man United, who are with Fergie and winning trophies, then you're an absolute idiot.
Yeah.
Okay,
will that harm your Liverpool legacy? Yes, it will. Obviously, it will.
And Igal, it was easier for him to move because there weren't people showing up threatening to kill him and deal with his family. So he was able to make
that was a shot at Gerrard. Damn. Okay.
You didn't have to say it. You didn't have to say it. You could just left it, right? You had to write it down in big capital letters on the screen saying what you were talking about.
No, there's some people that might not know.
True.
They don't need to know, man. What's going on?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, 51 days left. 51 days of Klopp at Liverpool. 51 days left.
Are you counting down like it's Christmas?
Ray's got his calendar. Ray's got his calendar. He's putting the X's in his calendar.
Okay.
Marking every day.
Let's talk about this. And is this an advantage to Arsenal or is it not? Because to me, obviously, you're going to say advantage Arsenal. But I just want to say John Stone's been injured for majority of the season and Kyle Walker has not been at his best. So really and truly, I don't think they're going to be that big of a miss, to be fair. I think John Stone's being injured for majority of the season. You guys have still managed quite well. And Ake has been one of your best defenders. So has Akanji. And I think Gavardio's played well in that left wing role, left back role. And then we don't know who you're going to play right back. If I see Rico Lewis, then definitely disadvantage to City, advantage Arsenal. But if I see Akanji or Ake or anybody else filling in that right back position and in the left center back position, I think you'll be perfectly fine. But I want to know, from your perspective, are you looking at this game? Because I just think it's mostly mind games. But now that they're actually out, I gotta sit there and I say, you know what? I apologize because I thought these guys weren't actually injured and that they just pulled out of the game early. Usually, you don't see people pull out of the game that early. So I guess I'll put my hand up there.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was a little bit of like, when you got like a guilty conscience, right? Because you saw your players kind of bunking out of international and you knew what they were doing. So you just applied the same thing to my players.
There's nothing wrong with saying your precaution.
Okay, all right. But you assumed that what my players were doing coming off the pitch were something shady. Nah, listen, they wanted to represent for their country. I hate international break. I spoke about it on my channel. Stones and Walker being injured, having played in these international friendlies that were meaningless, was a waste. Listen, your manager, Arsene Wenger, spoke about how these fixtures are way too many. These players keep getting asked to play more and more games. And let alone, now they're playing in this friendly and it costed them some injuries. Now, Stones out, that's a huge advantage, Arsenal. What are you saying, Egal? I mean,
how many games have you even played?
I know you weren't, listen, I know you may not have been watching Champions League last season, but Stones was nasty. Stones was electric yellow hair, blonde hair, Super Saiyan mode. He was killing it. Big reason why we were able to win this treble last season. This year, yeah, he's been injured. But every time he's touched that pitch, easily 8 out of 10. Easily, right? So he's going to be a huge miss in this game against you guys because I rate you guys. I respect what you
Don't tell me Kyle Walker is going to be a miss because that guy's been terrible.
Now, no. Listen. Now, if you want to point out the errors that he's done, surrendering a goal in Newcastle, surrendering a goal versus Chelsea, those are 2 instances. And you want to label it as he's been terrible. Aston Villa, okay, 3 instances. But if you want to label that in terms of 28 games that have already been played, let's kind of chill on that one. I like his speed. I like his recovery.
He's been a liability this season.
He's not a liability. He's had some errors. He's made some mistakes, but he's not a liability.
He's been your worst captain in 10 years.
Okay, that's a different conversation.
Well, I mean, like if the bar is championship winning captains, like it's a pretty high bar. Do you know what I mean? It's like your worst captain in 10 years.
The companies, the Silvas.
Listen, the companies, the Silvas, of course, the Gundogans of last season, but this season, okay, Walker hasn't been his absolute best. I'm just going to say this, and then 1 second, Jay. I would prefer Walker healthy as an option. His speed is dangerous. His speed is a reason why Mbappe gives him respect. His speed is a reason why Vinicius gives him respect. Martinelli, you think Martinelli's not going to see Walker as a potential guy that's going to make problems for him, and he's got to do something a little more creative. I'd rather him have to get that out of his game. Now, he's going to be missed, but it looks like Akanji's healthy, where he was doubtful earlier in this week. If it happens to be Akanji, I trust him. Pep signed him last season on the cheap. His first introduction to the club was playing in Champions League. I think he can deal with the importance of this game if he happens to have to play right back. Sorry, Jay.
I'm actually more concerned of Akanji playing in that right back position than I would be Kyle Walker right now, based on how he's been performing this season.
I don't know how you do that.
That's me putting respect on Akanji. Don't look at it as disrespect to Kyle Walker.
You're disrespecting my left hand while respecting my right hand in terms of, or you're punching me and
No,
then you're
it's not
slapping me
disrespect
with
when
the
it's
other one.
true. One second. It's not disrespect when it's true. If you tell me Martinelli's not playing well this season, I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're disrespecting Martinelli because he has not been playing well this season.
No,
but
yes,
if I tell you Kyle Walker's not been playing well this season, somehow it's disrespect. Come on,
Hold on.
Whoa, Jay,
No, Vader, please let me just get this because I'm just like, Igal, do you genuinely believe that the tone of voice that you exhibited to both of those players when saying Walker's not playing well and Martinelli's not playing, do you in your heart of hearts, do you genuinely believe that you use the same tone of voice to describe those players' seasons? And one could broadly say they're having similar level seasons. Yeah. Would you say that you were being as fair to Walker as you are being to Martinelli? Because if somebody said Martinelli was having, your words, like an all-time terrible season,
me Gordon Ramsay. I don't care.
Left winger that Arsenal had in the last 4 years. You would
one second.
say,
Call me Gordon Ramsay if you want. Call me Gordon Ramsay if you want. You know the meme, the Gordon Ramsay meme, where he's making fun of one and cuddling the other. Call me whatever you want.
So call you a hypocrite. That's fine.
No. I didn't say call me a hypocrite. I said call me Gordon Ramsay. There's a big difference.
He's like, call me Gordon Ramsay. A hypocrite. No, Gordon Ramsay. Okay, that's fine. I'll call you Gordon Ramsay.
I want to say this. If you want to say Akanji's been better at right back than Walker, that's your choice. I wouldn't go that far.
Has Akanji been your best defender?
Our best defender overall?
This
I
season?
would say, yeah, I would say yes. Overall, but he's had to play the role for the majority at right center back. He's been put into that inverted role because Stones has been injured. Now, his versatility is amazing because Pep's actually thrown him at left back for one game. But overall, yes. At right back, though, if you're telling me I have my choice between Walker and Akanji, healthy, I'm taking Walker. And when healthy, Pep has picked Walker. As much as you want to point out the errors that he's had, when it comes down to team sheet, I need Walker in that role. So, listen, you'll have your wish.
If Kyle Walker was starting, I'd be licking my chops. I'd be getting ready.
Okay. Hey, Gal, can you explain why?
Because I think he's been a liability for City this season. Majority of the games that they've dropped points or lost, Kyle Walker has a big hand involved in those goals and making those errors leading to those goals. So I personally think if you have a situation where you have a right side, where you have Kyle Walker, and who would be the center back on the right? If I'm not mistaken, would it be Diaz on the left or on the right? Hello?
Sorry, wait, what? What'd you say?
If Ake is your left center back, would Diaz then be on the right in this situation?
Listen, it'll either be Guardiola or Ake at left back. One of the two. I don't know what Pep's going to do. It's either one of those.
Who's going to be left center back?
And then left center back. No, but again, it'll either be Guardiola or Ake, left center back or left back. Then it'll be Diaz. Then it'll be Akanji.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking, guys, is because I think the right back position is the area of the pitch where Arsenal is going to attack the most. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this season, we don't attack as much from Bukayo Saka's side. We kind of let Bukayo Saka do his thing, but majority of our build-up play and our attack where we overload and we try to create many problems comes from the left. You see Havertz drift into there. You see Martinelli drift into there. You see Kvaer drift into there. Zinchenko, Rice, anybody who's playing left mid, left wing, left back, all overload that area to the point where we try to control that left side so much where we give the right back and the right center back so many headaches to defend players in that area that somebody's open for an open shot or a goal almost every game from that perspective. That's why I'm saying their right back is crucial. Whoever plays their right back, if he's a better defender than like Ake is or Akanji is, then I'm more concerned than a Kyle Walker, who, yes, he has recovery pace, but
can I chime in, please?
I don't think he's as good as happens
here is, especially with me, I'll speak for myself, innit? I feel like because your Arsenal propaganda is so strong, when I push back, it sounds like Arsenal hate. It's like too extreme. I have to push back.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
It's like it feels like I'm hating, but I'm not. I think what you're saying is code for Saka hasn't had a good season. I don't know why you're trying to make it sound like we play on the left because it's intentional and Saka and our right back is just there to facilitate the left. That's not how it works. I just think Saka's having a poorest season, and when Trossard's come in, he's performed at a high level that he performs in the bigger, highest moments, i.e. What game did he score that winning goal in? Champions League game, for example. So it looks like the left-hand side's heightened when just being Saka had a poor game that game. Anyway, that's one game.
You know what? I was going to save this for later, but let's get into it.
Yes,
Foden's having the best season of his career.
But anyway.
Foden's having the best season of his career. Saka's having a poor season. Who has better numbers?
But who's saying
whoa.
Before. That's a different discussion. That's a crazy question, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, to answer your question, guy, about the injury thing, I think Walker's been susceptible this season of making mistakes, but he's the experienced player, so you can't say you'd be more worried without him. You should be more worried without him, because Akanji doesn't have the experience level that Walker does in Premier League title races. He might be a good player, but in these kind of games, I would lean on experience than on like quality. That's why Arsenal winning this game, pushing the narrative a bit more, is massive because your mentality would improve, right? You might have quality, but mentality matters a lot. So Akanji might have the better quality in your opinion, but Walker's got the experience. He's been there and done it. He knows what this game means. Whereas Akanji doesn't mean he doesn't know what it means, but he hasn't got the same experience. So I think to go, Walker's out, that's better for you. I think that's ignoring the intangibles a lot. So
let's hear what Rack has to say on this. Rack, what do you got to say on this whole situation?
What about Walker and Thingy Bob?
Yeah.
I mean, Walker has always had defensive deficiencies, but his recovery pace has always got him out of trouble. He has a solid back catalogue of work which is reliable. I think Akanji's fine. I think Akanji's good. He could do a decent job, and since Pep's been playing his 4 centre back thing, he's done well. I think he's exceeded expectations for a player who comes on a free transfer. Was he Vader? I think it was either free transfer or a very low fee.
Yeah,
you can't come. He's like, we signed Joel Matip. We sold Joel Matip on a free. Has he been out injured a lot? Yes. Has he had some shaky moments? Yes. Has he exceeded expectations based on how much he cost and what we thought we were getting from him? Absolutely. So two things to be right at the same time. I think in a big game, I would probably choose Kyle Walker ahead of Akanji. But if they don't have that option, then they have to play Akanji.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, Jay, you're not muted.
Sorry, I was flirting on social media. Sometimes vocalize it a little bit. Sorry, like you're like, how does that sound?
We got a super chat from my boy Crypto, Cryptic. How do you pronounce that? Dino?
Cryptic Dino.
Cryptic Dino. What's all this? Saka is having a poor season. BS. He's having the highest match rating in the entire league out of every player. Explain.
I never said having a poor season.
No, explain poor season. What do you mean by he's having a poor season?
I never said he had a poor season.
No, he's had poor games though.
I said he's had poor games. Like he's been overrated a lot because of his stats. That's my point. Below is my point. That is my point. People overrating him because of his numbers. Numbers mean nothing. They don't mean anything. If you don't back up with performances, Haaland.
Especially when you've got skill.
Right, Haaland. Haaland's a prime example. What's everyone been saying this season? Why is he in the team in the season? He's got 18 goals.
Haaland's still been really good. Compared to everybody else's standards.
Saying. Vita, has anybody called Haaland good this season?
Everyone's been crapping on Haaland.
Compared to his own standard,
but guess what, he's a top goal scorer.
Compared to his own ridiculous standard, yes, he's not breaking the Premier League record again that he set last season, but he's still killing it.
No, he's not. No one's saying that. No one's saying he's killing it.
No one's talking highly about Haaland. No one.
Jay,
other than City fans, in terms of understanding that he's been injured this year, 2 months out, and he's still top of the league with goal scoring. But no one's talking highly about him.
So are you guys saying Saka's having a poor season, yes or no?
No, I'm saying
no, you motherfucker. This guy always try to put words in your mouth.
Yeah, that's why I never said
that. Okay, fair enough. I did have some other topics to cover on the City thing. Are Arsenal favorites now that City have these injuries?
Egal, how about
these questions have been put? This is like an Arsenal version of ChatGPT has come up with these questions.
He's creating the narrative for when the game's over to be like, see, you said that, and I'm like, ... and I'm always very careful what I say because he likes to clip me up like a kipper on this show. So, do I think? Igal, let me ask you this question. Let me flip this and push it back to you. Let me put my little host hat on for a second. Do you think that if you don't win this game, that you will be disappointed?
No, because I've seen better teams than myself go to the Etihad and not win.
What about the context of the question that you were just about to ask? The situation regarding City missing two of their first choice back four.
I honestly don't think they're that big of a miss. I'm not gonna be one of these people who say City have these two players out.
If I took Ben White and Gabriel out of your defense, yeah, would you not say it was a big deal?
Yeah, but it's different. I don't have £100 million replacements.
What do you mean? Who's the £100 million replacement?
I can't.
You got to be less biased. You got 4 panels.
I'm trying. Do you see what I mean? I'm trying. You had an opportunity to say yeah.
Just say yes. It's true. If you lose Gabriel and Kivior, Kivior's like your Walker.
Bro, when we lost the league last year, we basically lost the league from there. But the thing is, I don't.
So you're basically saying it's a huge loss for them then.
One second.
Let me let you land.
Let me rebuttal. Let me say this: if Arsenal right now were to lose, for example, Gabriel Magalhaes and Kivior came in, it's a massive drop off. Where John Stones, who's played 14 games this season, is not. I don't think it's that big of a miss.
But the 14 games, the fact he's played 14 games doesn't make him not have a big
example,
impact in the potential level that the team can get to.
If Thomas Partey comes back and he plays well for 4 games and then he's out again, am I going to sit here and say to you, "Oh my God, what a miss, Thomas Partey"? No,
that is true, Gal. But to be fair, City have been underperforming this season.
If I told you Zinchenko is injured right now, I would be like, "Yo, I don't think he's in our best 11."
If you told me that the player that the team that you're fighting for the league with sent away 2 years ago was injured, what do you think I would say? I would say the team that sent him away 2 years ago would shrug their shoulders about the fact that he's injured. I'd say there's games this season that you drop points, a la Fulham at home, where you might even have said, "I wish Zinchenko was injured."
Cryptic Dino's on Chez's case. He said, "Yo, he said that and ran it back. Stand on it. What you said. What you said. Yeah. He's saying you're not standing on your point. You said poor season and then you changed it." Anyways,
that's it before.
You did.
Well, yeah, I meant poor performances overrated, basically, not poor season.
But there are people in the chat who are talking about. He said he's got the highest rating in the league. Like,
that's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah,
honestly, like stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big believer in stats. I've been into analytics for a long time, right?
In sports. Or in life?
In football. In football.
Football stats?
What do you mean in life?
Work life. Work life.
I had 2.5 shits last week. What do you mean stats in life? Like, what do you mean by that?
If you only had 2 shits, your body.
My number of expected meals last week was 17. I actually had 15.
Yeah, I
don't know. You're tracking your sleep hours and all that stuff.
Let's bring it back quickly because I want to show you guys this. Obviously, this is how they have the lineup setting up. I want to ask, Vader? Do you think this is the way you're going to set up?
No, I already see. I don't see Julian Alvarez starting this game.
Okay, I think this is probably how we're going to set up as long as Martinelli's available.
Yeah. If it's not Martinelli, who's out there? Trossard?
No, Jesus, I think, or maybe
Jesus.
Trossard. It's 50-50. Either Jesus or Trossard. We don't know.
Okay.
You see, that okay means if you see Jesus, you're advantage you, right away?
No. It means okay. I wasn't even thinking that. I thought it would either be Martinelli or Trossard. I didn't know Jesus would be an option there. I thought Jesus is more of an option.
Is Martinelli fit? Is Martinelli fit? Has he trained?
Martinelli, bro, it's more mind games. He didn't train today. We don't know.
Yo, who designed that? Why? Go back to that, Egal, please.
That was SofaScore, channel sponsor. Check it out.
Oh, large up.
Link is in the description. I'll put it back up there. But yo, I don't think it's accurate. That's the thing. You're right, because Julian Alvarez wouldn't be starting. I think most likely they're going to go with Gavardio and put Foden inward, and Gavardio is going to be basically occupying that whole left side.
Potential, yeah. There's a potential. Many City fans are thinking Gavardio is going to be out at left back. Some are thinking that he'll play central, and Ake will be out there out wide. But we've seen Pep actually switch that up mid-game as well. So who knows? But I want to see Kovacic, Rodri. I want to see that little double pivot role. I want to see KDB, obviously. And out on the wings, I'd rather see, for versatility, if it's going to be the double pivot, let me see Foden, let me see Grealish, and let me see Haaland.
Okay, I seen your earlier show. You're alive for an hour and 30 minutes, and you're talking about why always me, blah, 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 sympathy.
Blah, blah, blah. What? You know what? I'm going to speak on your show the same way. Blah, blah, blah. But go ahead.
Let me ask you, Vader, are you really playing the card like you feel like you're now the underdogs at home? Or you still believe you're the favorites? That's what I was going to get
to. Stop doing this, man. Listen, just because I speak of some of the problems or challenges I'm having at my club does not mean that I run with the brand that Liverpool have made famous under Klopp. I don't do the underdog talk. I don't do it. That's Klopp. That's Klopp and Liverpool fans. That's Rax, head down, looking at his phone, trying to line up a date or something like that. That's Rax right now. I'm
texting Jay.
He's like trying to get some tips. Now the only thing that I'm trying yo, should I say this or should I say that?
Send me that line. Send me that line.
Yeah. I'm actually going to send you
Man City are never dogs.
My number one hinge line at the moment.
I can't run with the underdog. I can never do that. I can never do that. Now, if you're talking Champions League facing Real Madrid, that's a different story. They're Real Madrid. But when it comes down to the league,
okay. So it's not a principle. It's not a principle you run by. Yeah. It's just how you feel based on the opposition.
So Rax,
okay,
cool.
I got to respect my competition, man. This is Real Madrid.
I didn't realize your principles were so flexible, but that's fine. It's cool.
No. My principles rely, like you, Mr. Statistician,
guys,
is based off of facts.
Guys, I'm gonna try to drop the agenda for a bit, and let's get back to actual football talk about the Man City Arsenal game, and just do our actual predictions and what we think is gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, because I feel like this might take another 15-20 minutes each person getting through their points. So let's try to get this. Let's try to get started on the predictions. How do you think this is gonna go? And maybe save me and Vader for last. I want to hear what you guys got to say first.
I'll start. I was on my stream with Rory and them, man. There, we spoke about this. I feel like I'm gonna break it down. People can interject if they want. I think if Arsenal win, I think they'll go on to win the league, in my opinion, because of the psychological aspect, the confidence they'll get, the fact they haven't beaten in City the Etihad since before Pep. I think if City win, their mentality kicks in. Mentality monsters, that sort of vibe is peak. I think if Man City lose, they're definitely out of it. So if Man City was to lose, I think they'll be gone. I don't think they'll be able to come back because Liverpool will be clear. Arsenal have a good mentality boost. So I think they'll be out of it. And if there's a draw, I think Liverpool will actually win the league because there'll only be 9 games left, assuming they beat Brighton, obviously. 9 games left. I know it could swing each way, but that's quite a big gap in terms of points for City especially. And Arsenal, they've got a tough running. If Arsenal didn't have a tough running, I'd say it'd be equal. But yeah, and I think so I think this game is literally a title decider, really. So whoever wins this game could literally say they can win the league. But 100%. To say what I disagreed with Rory was when I said to him that both teams should be looking to win, and he was like, "Oh well, if we draw in the Etihad and we beat them at home, bro, if you don't win the league, every single game matters. And because you messed up at the Fulham game and West Ham game, you now have the opportunity to right your wrong and to get the 3 points back that you lost before. So you can't now say, oh, it's the Etihad, we don't really win there, so we'll just take a draw." You can't draw, man. You got to win. Because Liverpool could win all their games, and there's nothing you could do about it now. So, and the goal difference issue, Sheffield United's coming up, so who knows? Liverpool might smack them 3-4-0 and come back into the goal difference debate. So for me, Chelsea won their 16-17 and we won the league that season. That's the last time we won the league. And guess what? We beat City at the Etihad. But it's gone now, remember? Costa and Hazard that go in goals, remember? That's the year we won the league. That's how
the Champions League, we'll talk about that when it gets there. But if Arsenal and Man City face each other in Champions League, that's another advantage for Liverpool right there. But yeah, sorry, Ches, what's your score prediction though? I fully agree with you. The majority of the stuff you said there.
Yeah.
I don't really disagree anywhere there.
Mo asked me if I had to pay for a bet who I say would win. I actually put Arsenal, No agenda. I think Arsenal momentum and stuff. So I'm going to go 2-2 like my TikTok says. So 2-2.
2-2?
So I think Liverpool will win the league. Yeah.
Obviously, Rack, we know what you're going to probably go for. What's your score prediction though?
Well, I just before I give a score prediction, I'm of a similar mind to you and Ches. I think this game is pivotal. It reminds me a lot of the game where Liverpool played City at the Etihad a few seasons ago, I think, and it ended up being 2-2. Obviously, this season the dimension is there's a third team in the race. We went into that game really fancying our chances of going to the Etihad and getting a win. Ultimately, I think there were a few near misses, and I think 2-2 was maybe flattered us a little bit. And then they went on to win and beat us by a point. If Arsenal win, I still think City are not out of it, but it's very, very, very difficult at that point because I think psychologically that's huge for Arsenal and it will be huge for City. If City win, then I think Arsenal out of it. I'm hoping for a draw. So if I'm going to predict, there's no saying I'm not going to have an influence on what's going to happen. So I'm going to predict a draw and hope it happens.
Fair. That's fair. People in the chat.
But if I had a choice, between the two, who I want to win, if it's not a draw, it's difficult to say, right?
What's your reasoning behind?
The thing is, Arsenal on a crazy run right now. Arsenal on a very, very good run right now, and I think a dent to that run could cause issues. Do I think we can hold off City a point advantage? Possibly, but yeah, I think I probably want City to win more than I'd want Arsenal to win right now, just because of the form you guys are in.
Fair enough. And before Vader and Jay come back, I just want to know, people in the chat, let me know who you think is going to win also in the comment section, who you support and who you think is going to win. Because I basically have two predictions. I have what I really want to happen and what I think is going to happen. And really and truly, I don't think those two line up at this moment in time for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. We still got to run through some other predictions also. Arteta's going to have to do something that Klopp was not able to do. I don't think you want to ever under Klopp in this era where it's City and thing. Have you ever gone to Etihad and won?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under Klopp.
Yeah, we beat City 4-1 at the Etihad.
When was that?
Coutinho scored. Firmino scored. What's his name? I think City centre back scored a goal. Aguero scored.
Champions League too.
We beat him. We beat him 4-1. Yeah, we beat him in the Champions League too. That was a good 6 years ago or something, I think. But
okay, so then why are people saying you guys never beat them? I don't know.
I think it was. I don't think we've beat them. Actually, I don't think we beat them under Pep. I think that was Pellegrini's last season when we beat them. Yeah,
okay.
It was Pellegrini. Okay. But we beat them in the Champions League.
Jay, you there or what you saying?
Yeah, kinda.
You want to throw it to Vader or you're ready?
Give it Vader for a second. I'll be back.
All right, Vader.
You called him Vader. 1 minute. Oh, that's rude, man. He just called him Vader. Come on, that's not fair.
Wait, what?
Is he not? I
thought he called him Beta, not Vader.
Oh right, Beta. That's a great. Oh, that's a great slander name. I didn't actually call him Beta, but
Rack just trying to get that one in. Rack,
I
smart.
see how Rax is doing it.
It's good to know Rax has got
Beta
slander on the brain.
Yeah. You know what,
You
Rax?
see how he tried to throw you under the bus when he said
Rax was like this. Rax was looking up. What kind of versions of his name can I do?
He's good as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, go ahead, Vader. What you saying?
Listen, this game is incredibly important. Incredibly important. Now, I don't mean, I know this is Arsenal channel, Arsenal fans in the chat. Please, I know the way I speak, it sometimes comes across rude or condescending. I'm not trying to be that. But even with Arsenal being able to win this game, I'm still going to have questions of you guys. Now, you would have passed a level. You would have raised a level. Any of you Street Fighters out there, I think you would have defeated, Saget. You know what I mean? But there's still Bison, right? There's still M Bison that you got to do to actually complete the game. You beating us during the league is important. That's a step that you need to get in terms of winning this league. But it was just a year ago. It was only a year ago you were 5 points up on me. 10 points left in the league. Sorry, 5 points up on me, 10 games left in the league. And we know what happened. So you get this win. I'm still going to be watching to see whether you can close it out. Because these 9 games, I'm going to be as relentless as I can. You guys are going to have to do the same thing. And the difference between last year and this year is you also have some aspirations with regards to Champions League. Let's see how you deal with that game just before Bayern. Let's see how you deal with that game just after or just before Bayern again. Those are games that can kind of slip up. Aston Villa, Brighton, are those the 2 matches, Igal? I know you're very familiar with the fixtures you got. So you got to play Brighton before you play Bayern, and you're playing Brighton away. You got to play Aston Villa at home before playing Bayern away. There's a lot that's got to be dealt with. So listen, this win is going to be huge. I would not take anything away from you guys, but there's still 9 games left to play, and I would still have questions of Arsenal, no doubt. I'm not going to get gassed with you guys being able to slap up Liverpool the last 2 years. I know the confidence is high, but this closing out the season, it's another level. So I'll still be watching you guys, paying close attention. 9 games won't be easy.
So you're basically saying if we beat you, you don't care, and if we and you
No. If you defeat me at home, it is huge. I'm not downplaying that at all. Not at all. It's huge, and it's going to make my life incredibly difficult because I got to go perfect. I got to go perfect to win this league. But Igal, let's be real. Ches, Rax, Jay, 9 games. 9 games. You're not going to drop any points.
Every single game.
That's all I'm saying. There's still going to be a lot to watch. There's still going to be a lot to watch.
If they win this game,
that's why the title running is going to be interesting.
Yeah, if they win this game, they can not drop points in the future, but they give a bit of leeway, right? But if you lose against your direct rivals and then you draw a Man United away and Tottenham away, that's your season. That's over. That's it.
Yeah, bro.
And they're not even bad results on paper, right? But they are.
Simply put, it's so late in the season, you can't drop points. We have to go and we have to do something that we haven't been able to do since 2012. Beat City at the Etihad. Then we have to go do what we did last year, is beat Tottenham away. And then we have to do what we were able to do a couple years ago and beat Manchester United away. We have a really tough gauntlet. I'm not taking that for granted at all.
You got the toughest fixture list moving forward. So this is why I'm still paying close attention to what you guys have to do.
110%. That's why we need to keep this top spot for as long as possible. But Jay, what are you saying? Talk to me.
I've been saying this thing about City in these big games.
Because Vader was just talking like he was going to lose, but he never gave a prediction. He's sneaky.
Was that the question? You're asking for a prediction?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Vader.
Sorry,
Jay.
My bad.
Sorry, Jay.
My bad. I thought you were talking about the importance of whoever wins this game and what happens moving forward. Listen.
Jay, my bad. Literally, he forgot to completely say the point of
No. Yeah, my bad. Not on you, Jay. That's my bad.
He was giving a concession speech. You missed it.
Now you're doing too much. I was giving a breakdown on how important this game was, whoever wins it, and why we're paying attention. Igal, come on. Actually, Rax, let me talk to Rax. Despite the PTSD, Rax, let's talk. You know that if it was you and me and I took this win, it's like, damn. Now it's an uphill battle, and I've seen how City have been able to string wins together. Now take you out of the mix and we put Arsenal. Or sorry, take me out of the mix and put Arsenal. If Arsenal happen to get this win, you're still going to have questions on whether they can win out the remaining 9. That's all that I'm pointing out. Now, if I win, easy, advantage City, you know what we do. We've been doing this. If it was Liverpool, advantage Liverpool, you know what they do. They've closed out the league before. The question to be answered is still of you guys. So if you win, huge advantage. You move forward. If it's a draw, I think it's still anyone's game. I think it's anyone's league. If it happens to be a win from City, I think it's calm. I'm predicting a win from City, but I wouldn't be surprised at a draw. I'd be very, very surprised at a loss for 2 reasons. 2. The man named Rodri. He's gone a calendar year, and this is a leap year, by the way, so it's an extra day. He's gone a calendar year.
Extra day. Vader, just going back to the point you made, we were in this position with you 2 seasons ago. I don't know if you were on camera when we went to the Etihad. It was around this time of the season, and it ended up 2-2. And I went into that game thinking, you know what, we could actually do something because we were in really good form then. We were on a run of wins, and I think City were in decent form as well. But I think you'd drawn a couple of games prior to that. So I went in there thinking, you know what, we can give them a proper bloody nose, and that's what Arsenal fans should think. They think they could potentially deal a fatal blow. I don't think it would necessarily, even if they beat you, I don't think it would be a fatal blow necessarily, but it will make things, like you say, very, very difficult.
Rack turned into 8.
But at the same time, I think if City win, then I don't think Arsenal will come back to win it. I think in the overall picture, a defeat for Arsenal would be disastrous for their campaign.
Yeah, definitely.
Either team that loses is going to have questions if they can go on to win it. But the reality is, a draw doesn't favor either team either.
Yeah, it's literally all or nothing.
Yeah.
We got to play. Both teams are playing for the win. Yeah.
Both teams are playing for the win. Liverpool, if somehow Liverpool drop points against Brighton, that's the only scenario.
Okay. Yeah, then a draw's
okay.
Okay.
That's the only scenario in which a draw is okay. But guess
also,
what?
one of the things that there's been the talk amongst a lot of Liverpool fans is like how we have the easier run in, and I think that's partially the case.
No, I was shouting out Sean. You was shouting me out in the comments.
Big up Sean, man.
And I think that's partially the case, but these things change on a game-by-game basis. So obviously, after the next game, relatively speaking, Arsenal's run-in and City's run-in becomes easier because you haven't got to play each other anymore, right?
No, but our running is still tough because
it's tough. I know. But what I'm saying is, if your running is a 9 out of 10. And City's an 8 out of 10, and Liverpool's a 7 out of 10. After this game, maybe you both go down one notch because then you haven't got to play a title rival anymore. So it makes it, relatively speaking, slightly easier as each game ticks by.
But Rack, you're not in the Champions League, unfortunately. So it's not, as to say, the level of difficulty.
What are you doing here, Rack?
It's so rude. Oh my days.
No, I rate that. I rate how he said that. I rate that.
I rate that.
The level of difficulty.
Man said you're not in the Champions League, unfortunately. So, that was rude.
No, because look at the schedule. Let me just show you guys. City play Real Madrid and Real Madrid twice in between all the Premier League games. Arsenal play Bayern Munich twice in between all those Premier League games. Liverpool play Atlanta. So it's like no disrespect to Atlanta.
But what about the season so far? How many more games have Liverpool played than Arsenal? We've had a busier schedule than you this season.
Hey, good job. You guys have been in more competitions.
Okay, fine. So swings and roundabouts.
That's true. Anyways, let's get to Jay, are you back? No, he's not back yet. Vader, did you give your score prediction? Because I'm not gonna let you get off without giving a score prediction.
I don't give score predictions. I say we're gonna win. City's winning. City's winning the game. But
does Arsenal score a goal?
Oh yeah. Arsenal scores. If anything, City score 1 more goal than you, not 2, not 3. It's going to be a tight game.
Fair enough. You're saying 2-1 victory to City then?
Potentially.
Just put those words in his mouth. That's fine. That's fine.
Listen. Based on everything, I really do think this game is going to come down to small margins. Also, I fully agree. I've said this so many times, and I've been deliberating. Do I want to go with a 2-2? Do I want to go with 2-1? And I could see us winning, but at the same time, winning away at the Etihad is difficult. I honestly do believe it's going to end in a draw. Genuinely. After everything that I've said and how I believe this team can do well, and I believe in the team, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat you guys on the day.
I think you could beat them.
I think it's going to end in a 2-2 draw, and it's going to be a situation where both teams are going to try to push for it, but neither team wants to open up too much where they get countered and they get deflated.
But that's the point. You have Veta. You need to go, Salihlan. But you kind of have to go for it. I don't think it'll be reserved this game. It's literally all or nothing. You'd rather lose and go for the win than not go for the win and draw.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to go gung-ho late in the game and try to get a winner and risk losing it. So I think it's going to end in a draw.
But I think a draw is as bad as a loss, though. I'm trying to say. I'm being objective for both teams.
Guess what?
Not just for you.
We have enough games from now to the end of the season to make it up. And if Liverpool is top of the table and they go on and win all their games, they fully deserve it. I'm willing to take that risk. If we go to the Etihad and we get a draw and we don't win the league because we drew at the Etihad and we win the rest of our games, then
you wouldn't have lost the league because you drew at the Etihad. You would have lost the league because you lost to West Ham and Fulham.
Yeah, the drawing to us won't be the reason for why you lost. It's the other remaining 9 matches.
You can't say that.
That's what I mean. If we go and win the rest of the remaining games, but this draw is what stopped us from winning the league, it is what it is. Fair play, because we would have picked up 4 points against City. I think taking 4 points off City and taking 4 points off Liverpool this season, who are our title rivals, should be enough to get us the points to win the league come the end of the season. So we cannot mess it up from now to the end of the season.
Okay, well, hold on. You go. If you're assuming there's a draw and you win the remaining games, you're also assuming that Liverpool essentially go perfect for the remaining 9 as well? Is that why you're?
I'm assuming Liverpool would have to drop points at some point. So obviously, I would need a favor from Liverpool in the sense that they would need to drop points. And at that point, it's not in our hands. I really don't believe that we are going to come to the Etihad and come out of there with 3 points that simply. It's going to be we're going to have to get some luck in our side during the game, either a deflected goal or a penalty, and just us going there toe to toe. I think we're going to cancel each other out. I think tactically the two teams play a style of play where at times they try to outman each other, outsmart each other, but there's not going to be the weaknesses in defense that we had, and you're not going to miss as many chances as you did against Chelsea and Tottenham. I really do believe City this season against the top teams have been vulnerable, but I don't know if we're going to be able to capitalize it. To be fair and to be real, genuinely, this is the first time in a long time I'm picking a draw.
Okay, no, I hear that. Now, I want to put a few things to bed. This whole myth about City and the remaining top 6 or traditional top 6 or all that. You can have that. We only beat Man United, but who did you beat away?
Excuse me? Who did we play away? We haven't played Tottenham away. We drew against Liverpool. We drew against Chelsea. We haven't played a Man United away. We haven't played you away.
That's his point.
To be fair, we haven't played 3 of those games, and we haven't lost any of those games.
But you're giving yourself credit without having played them. You're giving yourself credit without having played them. Whereas you're knocking Vader for having played them and not won.
And they're 1 point behind you.
1 second. The reason why I'm giving myself credit is because I played both of your teams and I beat you guys.
At home.
At home, though.
No, but neither of you guys have been able to beat me yet. That's the facts.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay. City have only played once, so they may beat you day after tomorrow. You can't. You're claiming one out of one victory as well. Like you've got to play City on Sunday.
Fair, we played Vader twice this season, and he hasn't beaten.
No, but you just said sorry. You just said that they haven't beaten you, but they could still win the league.
Yeah, so there's not a debate. That's not a debate. But usually, the team that takes the most points off their title rivals has the advantage to go on.
That's not how it works. Usually, the team that wins the most points, including
it's always the team that wins the most points.
Obviously, Michael Owen.
You get my point, though. It's not about
I know you mean. Yeah.
No, guys. I'm simply saying in this little table between the 3 teams, Arsenal currently have the most points. If City win, they take that advantage. If Arsenal get a draw, we still have that advantage. So when it comes down to it, even if you have a similar record, Arsenal will have that advantage.
Okay. I just want to point out, we got to keep in mind where the games are being played, whether they're home or away games. And we also have to keep in mind who's played who and when. Now, all I want to point out is, because we didn't get a real chance to really talk about this, but if I'm thinking of where I find I can get some joy, Raya, he's been great for you guys. He's not officially an Arsenal player. You guys are going to sign him in the summer. He's been fantastic for you guys as a lone player. This is where I want us to take our chances. If I'm going to be confident in my team, I want shots taken repeatedly. Take those shots. I don't want no shot attempts. I want shot attempts. If they happen to be blocked by Saliba and Gabriel, cool. But I want shot attempts. Make Raya have to do something. And then the other place where I think I can get some joy, you're going to laugh, but if Ben White has to create that numerical advantage to unlock Saka and Odegaard on that side, that's where I want a little joy on that left-hand side for me. That's where I think I can get something.
Who's going to play there?
Hey, Pep Roulette. Could be Grealish, could be Foden. I don't know. But that's where I'm going to want to kind of take advantage of it. And if you, like you said, do the majority of your work on that side with Ben White and not so much Saka, because you kind of switch the play. If Ben White is high on that pitch, that's where I'm going to want to get some joy. But those are where I think there's some vulnerabilities. Those are where I want to kind of take advantage. And whoever makes the game-changing, game-winning sub is going to be key, because we can tell by the subs whether our managers, like, quote unquote, conceding for a draw or accepting the result, or they're going to go on to try and win it. So the subs are going to be key, man.
Fair enough. Quickly, before you go, any thoughts on Brentford, Man United? Do you think Man United beat them?
Brentford are away, right?
Brentford are home.
Brentford are home.
They're at home. Ooh.
I just say Man United win. Keep it simple.
Yeah. You know what? I know you guys squeaked that 2-1 win over Brentford. I think United get a win as well. What
you saying, Ches? United win? Anyways, Vader, big up, bro.
Yeah, yo, bless. Actually, how much longer are you going to be? Because I'll stick around until
I'm literally just going to cover Chelsea and Spurs, and then we're going to wrap
it up.
Yeah.
Let me hear what Ches and Jay got to say, because I need to hear where their mind's at with regards to their clubs.
I don't know where Jay is. Is Jay going to speak about the Arsenal Man City game? Or
for times, he might not even be back.
Hey, let's just talk about Chelsea Burnley quickly. Anybody else have any thoughts on Man United Brentford before we move on?
Brentford
I think they'll win, because Brentford, the league, they're very.
Rack always says Brentford win. Any team versus Man United lose.
Man United win.
Man United win. By the way, Ches, there's something going on. Todd Boehly is stepping down or something. What the hell's going on there?
No, it was in the contract before, but it's just confirmed that after 7 years or so, they changed the chairman, so it'll be a new chairman in place. Is nonsense. It's rubbish.
I like that. No, that's actually good, because you can have fresh ideas if the person's not.
It is fresh ideas, but it's 7 years. That's a long time.
Oh,
no.
So
but you're used to that. You're used to that 8+.
In 6 years, he's going to change.
Yeah.
So they're basically sharing ownership, all of them, right? So it's shared ownership, right?
No, it's part of the consortium. Within the consortium, you have different, obviously different companies and stuff.
Figureheads.
And they're just choosing different spearheads, different chairmen to lead that kind of side of things. So that's
going to be interesting.
It will be interesting, but it's a long time from now. We need to sort issues out right now. That's why no one cares. If it was a present issue, it'd be a massive story. But we need to sort issues now. And one way you could do that is by winning on the weekend, leading up to the weekend. Good segue.
Who do you play?
Burnley at home, because we have in our fixtures coming up an opportunity to get Europe, where we play a lot of our rivals. We play West Ham, we play Man United, and we're not that far behind any of them. So if we were to win those games or draw them at least, then we'll be in and around the European places. And for me, I said this on my stream, I don't think Chelsea's season is surmountable. So Poch should go either way, FA Cup or no FA Cup. I don't think we're beating C. I'm going to the game. I think I'm going to see 2 finals lost in a row. It's going to be sad, but it's what it is. I'm a true fan and all that good stuff. But yeah, man, I think Poch should go. and this season is a write-off. To be honest, it's done.
Fair.
Peace.
Does anybody else have anything to say on Chelsea? Jay, I'm going to let you get back on the Man City Arsenal topic in a second. But do you guys have anything else to say on Chelsea? Because honestly, I'm looking at the Chelsea game. I just want Cole Palmer to score for my fantasy team. Burnley, you guys should get a bunch of goals versus Burnley. I expect you guys to pam Burnley. Like if Chelsea cannot get a bunch of goals versus Burnley at home, it's going to be like one of the only opportunities where you're going to be able to pam somebody at home, and your fans should be up for this game. It's going to be a good opportunity.
But yeah, we should be up for the game, and we beat them 4-1 away from home. And that was an easy win. So
I should see a similar performance. And also, Mudryk should start every game. I don't know why Sterling starts anymore.
Because everyone's noticing international football during the Cups, he's actually been playing quite well recently, last month or so. But Poch is just being a terrorist. He's not playing people in the right position. So
there you go. I don't think anyone on this panel is picking Burnley to beat Chelsea at home.
As much as I rate my man Company, I don't see him.
Your man's gonna be fired soon, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, if he happens to be sacked, it's a learning experience. I think he's gonna be a good manager moving forward. He did his thing in bringing the club up 100%. So I think there's a manager there, but hey, it's Burnley at the end of the day.
So up and coming manager to take over from Pep, you're saying?
Potential, yeah, 2-3 years. After Pep's done his 10 years.
This show's gone full circle, eh?
Oh, it definitely has.
After Pep's done his 10 years.
The irony is so strong here.
I know.
I'll take Company. You crazy?
What?
Pep makes managers, not pundits. Shout out to all the United fans.
Okay. Jay, before we go to Spurs, what's your quick predictions on the Arsenal Man City game?
I kind of feel City might find a way. I don't. My logic says draw. Yeah, my logic looking at the game, looking at the teams, looking at the importance of the game, and City can't afford to lose it. Neither team can really afford to lose this game. Both teams are solid enough that they can play solidly. But can City just get it done? Like, as in, that's what you get when you've won X number of the last few Premier League titles. You get this air of City always rise at the end. City always get the results they need to win the league. So now we're getting into the crunch time where this is now one of those results that is part of the greater narrative. So I feel City will find a way. Yeah, I'm not putting loads of weight behind that, but I'm just like, City need this. They've not had a big win against the top 6 in the Premier this season. It's time. Do you know what I mean? It's time. They need to show that they're Man City and they're the ones who are taking this Premier League title. So I think City find a way. I'm gonna go 2-1 City.
That's your heart telling you that?
It's my head. It's the importance of the game and the quality of Pep Guardiola. Like, as in, you put the two of those things together, and it's like he needs to find a way, and I think they do. Just
fair enough. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button. Actually, for once, we actually have the same amount of viewers as we have likes. Do me a favor. Some of you guys probably didn't like it. Just hit that like button. It's absolutely free. But finally, Tottenham play Luton Town at home, and Micky van de Ven is back. Surely you guys win this game, and surely you guys probably secure top 4. Am I wrong?
Got a loaded question. Look at that loaded question.
No, there's nothing loaded about that. That's an honest question, no?
Sarcasm, isn't it? Surely. Surely you must beat them.
Don't disappoint me, Jay. Don't disappoint me.
Last time.
No, obviously, I'm sure we beat. Like, listen, top 5. I think we're doing top 5. Like, Villa. Well, I mean, it's not really for me to talk too much on Villa, but we'll see how they hold up. United, I'm not really worried about United. I think they're I think sometimes in these kind of runs and games, your results and your performances catch up to each other. And I think whilst they've had a number of good results, sometimes the performances have maybe not quite been there. And I think you got to pay the piper eventually. You're gonna have to settle that debt before the end of the season. So I'm not worried about them. I think we need to beat Luton. Luton have got a lot of injuries, so last time out, Fulham was a terrible defeat, terrible absolute pamming by Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham and Brighton and them, man, right?
Yeah, so we just need to win what, maybe 5 more games to get Champions League. I think maybe.
So you're not worried about Champions League, but are you worried about Luton?
No, obviously not.
So what's your score for this game?
Gonna go 3-0.
3-0. And are you worried you're rushing Micky van de Ven back? Because this guy's had hamstring injuries every 2 months.
Listen, what's I let's say? The managers have more data than me. Do you know what I mean? If the managers are saying that he's good to go, then do you know what I mean? As in, like, I'm looking at it kind of like, yeah, we'll just like, I'm not gonna know.
I'm just gonna ask the guys a question, and Rack, this is not a loaded question. Tottenham play Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, in addition to other teams. Do you think Tottenham could be the team that slips up and falls out of the top 4? Or are you confident in Tottenham securing it? Rack,
you there?
No, sorry. I thought you were talking. Do I think Tottenham can? I think 5th place is going to get Champions League, and so I think Spurs will get Champions League. I think Spurs will get 4th, and I think Villa might just squeeze 5th.
Vader, you think Man United take that place from them?
My hatred for United. I don't know, man. I think I got a lot of confidence in Angs. I'm not gonna lie. I rate that manager highly. If I were to want to make a power move and snatch a manager, if Pep was going, he'd be one of them. You know what I mean? Like what big clubs do. If they want a manager and see him out there, I'd try and go snatch Angs. But with the games that they got to play to get a result versus City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, that could cost them top 4. I never really thought of it that way.
You want to know something? I can clearly tell you guys don't care who finishes in the top 4 at this moment in time. So let me just pivot.
I care.
No, because I get the sense the guys are yawning.
I care in the sense that I don't want Man United. I don't want Man United to get. So therefore, anybody but United. So therefore, I do care.
Yeah, if United don't get Champions League, I'll be happy.
The reason why I was gonna pivot, I don't know if you guys seen this post recently from my boy James. He said, who's your favorite player from the current top 6? So that's Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Spurs, City, and Liverpool. And I was just gonna ask you guys that question to end off the show instead of us debating top 4, which is not really a debate at this moment in time because there's only 3 candidates and nobody wants to pick United.
I'd like top 4 to remain the same. I'm not going to lie. I mean, Aston Villa and Tottenham, they can switch up as they want. But if this remained the same, United out of it, I'd be happy. I'd love it.
Obviously, I don't want Tottenham to get it from London, but yeah, Villa can get it.
Let's end off the show with this little segment. I love this.
So we come to agreement, or is it personal?
What? No, it's personal. So I was gonna go with Rack first. Rack, what are you saying? Who's your favorite Arsenal?
Just one player from all of these teams, or one player from each team.
Just do like Veta, Arsenal, Ches, Arsenal, Rack, Arsenal. Go that way.
Okay, yeah, that works. So let's go first.
He's so bad at organizing these things, isn't he?
I'll go first. Arsenal for me, obviously, is Bukayo Saka is my favorite. What are you saying? Vader?
My favorite Arsenal player right now.
Is it likable?
My favorite player or my favorite
Arsenal player? Your favorite Arsenal player?
My favorite. You know what? My favorite player right now is actually the player that's probably been there the least. It's actually Declan Rice.
Okay. What are you saying? Ches?
Most likable Arsenal player.
This is about to be sick.
No, I'll probably say Jorginho.
Jorginho, former Chelsea. Makes
Because
sense.
I like him as a guy. I met him. He's chill.
Yeah,
And he
he's
plays
a
well.
good
I like his footballing.
Chez is playing chess.
All right, what you
I
saying,
like
Rock?
Martinelli.
Jay?
You know, I was gonna say like Saka or Martinelli, but I watched a bit of that that footballer thing, and Jorginho is absolutely jokes. So I'll say Jorginho at the moment.
Okay.
Copy
Next,
me. Hey.
since it's United next, we're gonna start with Jay. Jay, United.
Garnacho.
Rock, United.
Bloody hell.
This is good. No?
Hoyland, because he's Danish. I used to live in Denmark. That's about it.
Okay, fair. What's your connection to Denmark?
I used to live there.
Oh, fair. What are you saying, Ches? What's next? United.
Do you know who I like? I like Dallo, you know.
All right,
Dallo's proper chill. I like he's proper chill.
All right. United. Vader.
This is actually making me sick. This is actually making me sick.
Don't worry. Once you get past the United part, you don't have to worry.
So it's my favorite for a lot of reasons, but it's actually Onana. I gravitate and I watch him if I'm watching United games. It's Onana.
You watch the goalkeeper.
I do.
You're watching football, and you're sitting there watching the goalkeeper.
When he's in, honestly, Rax, do this. When he's in frame, just look at his move. I don't know. It jokes.
Can't lie to you, I'm not even just saying this. I swear to you, I had Onana as my took I was thinking about. Because I like the way he plays the game is just very unique. He's very nonchalant. It's like. And when he does something, he's really over exaggerated as well. At the same time, it's weird.
My favorite United player is what do you call it? Amadou Diallo. Does that count? Does he count? He's a United player. Fair.
Yeah,
next, Chelsea. My favorite Chelsea player is I like Cole Palmer. I call him Abdi Palmer. He met my boys in Dubai. Big up to him. What you saying, Vader? Who's your favorite?
Yo, this one. You know what? I feel like it's late. I think I'm being a little lazy to pick Cole Palmer because, hey, you're welcome, Rax, for that. But sorry, I said Rax. Ches. You're welcome, Ches, for that one.
You and Rax have some beef today.
No, I don't like Rax. I don't like Rax at all.
We're going at it. We're going at it. We have a love-hate relationship.
I'm gonna like him more 51 days from now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna like him a lot more. You know what? It's almost similar reasons for Onana. Jackson gives me jokes, yo.
Jackson
gives me jokes.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Chelsea player, Ches? Surely you shouldn't have to think too hard about this.
Yeah, I'd have to think about this. I love Reece James. I love him. It's so cold.
Right?
You know what? I was going to say Cole Palmer because I like his creativity. You just got that vision, and not many players these days have that. But having listened to what Vader said, I think Nicholas Jackson, he gets a lot of stick, and he's a young kid, and he's leading the line. And yes, he's missed a lot of opportunities, but I think his all-round game is good. Like I saw him in AFCON, his all-round game is decent, and there could be a player in there given a couple of years. And he's been thrust into the limelight, and obviously Chelsea have had a shocking season, and that doesn't help. If he came into a season where everyone was playing fluidly and he was going in and out, I think he could have done well. So, you know what, Nicholas Jackson.
Okay, and then you know the rules, so you got to go Chelsea, then Spurs. Jay.
Chelsea.
You guys are making this a lot harder than I thought. I thought it would be easy.
Because it's like most of these players are the rivals. I'll go with Gallagher. I think he deals like, just from a personal point of view, anybody that gets a lot of stick and then like plays through it and then, you know, does pretty well, and you know, like, he just seems like a decent guy, like just decent person.
So who's your favorite Tottenham player? Richarlison.
Son, obviously, face of the franchise.
Hey, bless fellas, I got to drop, but I'll do the comments.
Who's your favorite City and Liverpool player?
My favorite City player is Foden. My favorite Liverpool player, this is another thing that makes me absolutely sick, but I like him for different reasons, because he gives me mad material. I love him for his material.
Trent.
Darwin Núñez is my guy at Liverpool. Man.
All right.
Man, that's my guy. But bless, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
I big up Vader. I'll catch you Sunday.
Yeah, my love.
All right. Jay, since you're there, just do City and Liverpool also.
City, De Bruyne, Liverpool. Darwin. I've started liking Trent more over the last couple of years. But it's Darwin. He's just even his mustache giving cartoon villain. It's just
people in the chat play along. People in the chat play along. As you can see, Sean is doing his list here. Okay, Rack, City, Liverpool.
Spurs as well. Son for Spurs.
You already did Spurs, no?
I didn't know. Son for Spurs, KDB for City, and Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool.
Ches?
Oh my gosh! Honestly speaking, I think it's similar. I'm gonna say Son. Definitely, I love Son. Nice guy. Who's next? City, KDB, 100%, and Liverpool. Ooh. Because he gets compared to Hazard, I can't choose Salah, but I like Salah because I can tell he's really humble. You know, someone's aura, you can just tell, like, the persona. He seems quite a humble guy, so I'm gonna say Salah.
Okay.
I like, obviously, baller as well.
For Spurs, I really don't like the fact that I like any Spurs players, but Miguel Sarr, I like that kid Sarr. He's
Malang
cool.
Sarr, yeah.
Malang Sarr.
Pape. Malang's yours.
Sorry.
Malang's Chelsea.
Man's trying to sell me Malang Sarr on the sly. I'm on to you, James.
Pape Sarr. Pape Sarr. Okay. Pape Sarr. For City, the player that I like from City. Who do I like from City?
Malang Sarr's going to walk into Spurs training tomorrow. I'm back. Who the fuck are you?
The City player would have to be a Kenji, underdog. He stepped up.
Yeah, that makes sense. I understand that, Sean.
And then Liverpool to me, it has to be Mo Salah. So I'm gonna just give it to Mo Salah. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. It's a great show, honestly. And ended off a nice little segment right there. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you can catch us on Sunday. And I'm also going to be doing my match reaction around 6:30 when the game ends. And then I'm going to be doing my vibes from the 6 at 11. So I'll catch you guys on Sunday. You guys already know what it is. Love for the love, people, and we're out. Big up Jay, big up Rack, big up Ches, and big up Vader for jumping on. And you guys have yourselves a wonderful Friday evening or Friday